This is your WW3 news on a Thursday afternoon. I think we all have seen what's going on in the Middle East, the fighting, and the consequences of shortages of food and fuel. We have experienced it in various countries. They have to rationalise fuel, and probably will come to food because that's transport by trucks and so on to the stores. And regarding energy itself, electricity, that sooner or later, depending on what country you live in, if the majority of electricity is run on fossil fuel, it will have a certain impact on the generation of electricity with this type of form of energy. If it's nuclear, you have a more stable situation. Society, the infrastructures can work properly. Electricity, and probably only the essential primary services will be probably operative, depending on how much fuel and energy and food that nation's probably got. And slowly, each nations and their governments do have to face rationing, energy lockdowns, program blackouts, and so on. And if it comes to the extreme, even the use of martial law and curfews, because when food begins to lack, people become desperate and they begin to fight. It's a part of human instinct to do so, and it's very easy, the situation getting out of control. That's why people should start thinking to prepare, observe what happens in these parts of the world. We're already witnessing these blackouts, shortages of just about everything, fuel and food, energy lockdowns. Some say it was done deliberately because the lockdowns of the pandemic did not work, and they're trying to pull it off again. Well, that's another story. But the thing is, one should start thinking of a plan, stocking up on things, food, water, pharmaceuticals of primary use, like antibiotics and so on. Obviously they are prescription pharmaceuticals, but you may need them. And the fact is, even agricultural sectors can be hit pretty hard with that fertilizer, because it's one of those byproducts of the petroleum, basically, industry. And as someone pointed out, we're in the sowing season, and they begin to plant crops and stuff like that. If you're into agriculture and that stuff, you may know these things. Like I said, we should prepare. Obviously, you should not make it obvious you're doing these preparations. Only trust who you know for a very long time. If you're a group of people who sense and aware, it's a question of time, hard times are coming. Some will say global famine or whatever. Being prepared will give you a, fighting chance of survival. It will not guarantee you. Your percentage of survival will be boosted. Well, preparation of those resources is just not enough. physically and mentally you have to be prepared as well, and have knowledge of various disciplines and skills as well. It's very important. It could come in handy. And to be auto-sufficient regarding as energy, especially if you're thinking of going off grid. Probably an investment in solar panel systems for your house could be very useful. You have some type of modern comforts at your disposal, and it will come very handy when they start doing programmed power cuts, and the lot probably might arrive at the point the lights go out forever and it will turn into a Mad Max society, because at that point society as we know it today, modern, will just fall into pieces. It's a domino effect. And the possible conflict in the Middle East, and the possibilities are very high. Something occurring on a full-scale scenario. Some side will may use a false flag event to drag other nations into this war. It's a very geopolitical chess game which is being played on the global chessboard in this moment, and we're naive about the behind the scenes which are happening basically. And there is only a few things we can do. If you're aware something in the near future is going to happen, which will have an impact on your lives, the way you live, and how you're going to survive. Because if modern society falls, our chances, without having certain knowledge of survival skills or preparedness, we just perish, because it's known to the powers that be, any mass casualty event, panic and chaos will create more victims than the event itself. So it's best to start preparing, start acquiring a few items like small solar panels to power your small electric devices in case of power cuts, because it's crucial there won't be internet or mobile phone networks that are functioning. Probably shortwave radio, pocket radio, with a multi-band frequency features on it. You can find them for a very little price. Preferably you buy those type of radios which runs on standard batteries, not those rechargeable batteries, because those type of batteries are not common like ordinary batteries like C or D or AA or triple A, which you can find in the shops commonly. And communications through the radio, because if something happens, probably be a lack of energy, the infrastructure is down, and probably they will transmit on these frequencies, shortwave or medium wave, whatever. Mostly governments and whatsoever. Mind you, have to be very careful of misleading emergency communications as well. This video could be a spin-off which probably will deal with very aspects of preparedness from A to Z basically. My advice to you lot out there is start preparing today. Stay on the radar. Do not boast about your preparations to no one. Only trust those people who you know for a very long time. Those next door neighbours you don't have a frequent acquaintance, leave them out there, just a waste of time. And it's always best to concentrate, living our lives, and obviously keep an eye on what's going on in the world, basically. It's not like you have to prepare for the end of the world, but you know, some type of preparedness, extra food, extra this and that and that in hard times is essential. We had experienced the pandemic, lockdowns, and we should learn from the lessons from that.